My drive in the new MKX felt like a turning point for Lincoln. I've always thought this brand is, at least in recent years, not necessarily hitting where it should be at the top of the market. Lincoln usually does a lot of things well. They'll give you a lot of bells and whistles for the money, they give you a very distinctive look, they give you a well-executed American luxury car. But here I am driving the all-new MKX for 2016, and it doesn't just feel like it's good for the money or good for an American luxury car. For the first time in a long time, it feels like a Lincoln that I might actually buy over a BMW or a Mercedes or a Lexus. Now, that's a big statement, so let me tell you why. Number one, it's got the most comfortable ride of any luxury SUV I've ever driven, including compared to the brand new Lexus RX that just came out and the current Cadillac Escalade. I like the ride of the Lincoln slightly better after I drove them all back to back. And keep in mind, I'm the kind of person who likes that old school, isolated luxury driving feel. Soft and squishy and supple, like a sensory deprivation chamber. Some people don't like that, they'd want a sportier BMW style ride, but for this kind of SUV, give me soft and quiet all day long. And that's exactly what the MKX does well. Number two, it's got the softest seats of any luxury SUV. They're like lazy boy recliners, all big and smushy, where they let you sink down into them. And my test car would even massage my back as I drove down the road, so I wish every highway car could have seats like this. Number three, it's the first Lincoln I've driven that I felt could compete at the top of the market, not just for value shoppers, but for people who want the very best. And that's because the version I drove was the exclusive Black Label edition that cost over $67,000. You could touch all the leather everywhere, the headliner, the seats, the steering wheel, and it felt like a very high-end vehicle. And number four, it's actually innovative with some small details. For example, remote start has become pretty common on upmarket cars like this, but Lincoln did a little cool thing on the key fob to make it even better. They put lights on the key fob. So you don't even have to peek out the window to see if your car starts from the remote. You just look down at the green light on your key fob, so you'll know it started without even seeing or hearing the car. I thought that was a pretty cool little detail that I hadn't seen on another car before now. Now, since this is an all-new generation of the MKX, there's a whole lot of new stuff about it. It's got a turbocharged engine that I thought was fantastic. It's got lots of safety technology, a 360-degree camera. It can even automatically parallel park or back into perpendicular parking spots. About the only thing I'm not wild about is the styling, which is totally subjective, I admit. But you've also got to realize this category is getting way more polarizing now. Crossovers used to be the most boring kind of luxury cars to look at because they were all really dull and look-alike and cookie-cutter. But I really like the fact that the new MKX and the new RX are so out there. They're really starting to make the German cars look like the boring, conservative ones, so that's kind of turning the world on its head. And that's what I think after driving the 2016 Lincoln MKX.